the #1 collector coin in the world is our vintage Morgan dollar, 1878 to 1904, those 27 consecutive years, brought it back in 1921. But inside of that, you have 29 Philadelphias, 28 San Franciscos, 26 New Orleans, 13 Carson cities, 1 Denver, almost 100 scenarios without the errors or varieties, right? But there's still a hierarchy. What's the rarest? What's not? The rarest is the 93S with 100,000. The most common is the 1921 Philadelphia. We haven't had this next coin for over a year. And it's not because we don't want to, we just couldn't find it. Finally enough to have a short chat. Let's enjoy that, shall we? So if you add them all up, the Carson City Morgan dollar, 13 years, 1878 to 1885, 4-year hiatus, and then 1889 to 1893, so 13 years in all. They accounted for less than 3% of all the Morgan dollars made over the time frame I referenced a little earlier. So some of the rarer coins are CCs. So let's count down the top 5. Rarest Morgan dollars by mintage figure. The first is that beautiful 93S, followed by that 94 Philadelphia. Then it was the 85cc, right? And then it is the 81cc is in the 4 spot. We don't need to go to 5. This is number 4 of all the Morgan dollars with the lowest mintage figure. With that said, look at the price. $499.95. These are beautiful, hand-selected, circulated coins. We call it obverse and reverse friendly, which means they are tied, they're homogeneous to each other. How many times we looked at the coin and said, wow, look at the front of this. It's a good-looking circulated coin. Turn it over and it looks like it was run over by a Mack truck. No disrespect to the Mack truck, it just woof, right? No discolorizations, no dings, no horrible scratches. These are beautiful circulated coins. Couple of other things. In 1881, they made 4 Morgan dollars, a Philly, a San Francisco, a New Orleans, and a Carson City. 9.1 million P's, 12.7 million S's, 5.7 million O's, and 296,000 of this one. That's why it's beyond special. It's the lowest of the year, 30, 40, 20 times rarer than that of the other coins made. It is also the most affordable of the big 4. You can't get a 93S for under $5,000. You can't get a 94 for under a couple grand. An 85cc and circulated costs more money than an uncirculated coin. Why? Because most of the 85s were part of the GSA sale. So finding a circulated coin, even though it's number 3, but even those are $900 to $1,000. This one, my competition, has at $995. They don't even give it a grade. Then they have collector grade at $11.25. This is a collector grade. It is what it is. It's a beautiful collector grade coin. We're less than half the price, $499.95. As I referenced, we haven't had this for way over a year. And it's not because we don't want to. I'd love to be able to say we have all the rarest coins, but the other part is this. We're on every major cable network across the country. And we're on the air for 6 hours a night, 2 nights a week. That's a lot of talk time. We can't find the coin to put it into a 6-7 minute slot to talk. Where our competition spends 15-20 minutes because they can't find the coins. My buying department is a phenomenal group of people that hunt this stuff down every week somewhere in the country, and that's how we put them together. But when you get to these coins, I believe our keep rate is 20%. We get groups of Carson cities in from from a lot of our special friends in the industry, and we kick out pretty much 80% of them. Why? Because the obverse doesn't match the reverse. It's just one side's beautiful, but the other side's, well, not. They don't look like they belong together. These all belong together. So tonight, kind of a treat for me over Alex and Allison, who normally get to speak about this stuff. Just happenstance on who's on the clock this hour. But we don't talk about the big five often because they're just not out there. They're the lowest minted Morgans in the entire 97 coin series. Again, without the varieties, 82 over S, micro O's, O over CC's, alligator eye, hot lips, all those are on top of the 97. 296,000 coins, that was it. Special coin. Guys, give me a 1 minute clock. Do I have the others? I have all of them but the 85 in stock right now, including the 89. So check us out, avccoins.com. There'll be a tab across the top for silver dollars. Click on Morgan, and then either Carson City and or any other to add, and you'll get it filtered down to make it easier. But it's a great view. We got a lot of them. Because, well, they're special. Of the Morgan Dollar series, the vintage series, the number one was Carson City. If you don't believe me on that, in 2021, the 100th anniversary, when they announced they're making a Carson City, all of them were 175,000 coins, right? All of them sold out instantly. How come today you can get the P, the D, the O, and the S for about $250 to $300, and the Carson City sells for $500? That's the new silver dollar. This is the vintage 140-plus-year-old specimen that graced the Midwest when our country was expanding. And it survived. That's the fun part. And tonight it's affordable. Not over 1,000. We're under 500 while they last.